Harris, we're catching you pretty raw here, pretty shortly afterward. I guess just kind of what's your presiding emotion right now?
Yeah, obviously I had a great week. It sucks to finish fifth, or fourth. I don't know what I finished, but I can still take a lot of positives from this week. I played great golf, really had a tough 9 holes, and that was it. It's just tough to rush like that. I mean, we were getting warned on the front 9, and it's tough to catch up. I mean, I made dub on 11, Bryson made triple, and you can't catch up doing that. And then from 12 on, I felt like we were running, and it's tough out there. The wind's picking up. Obviously, there's some really good pins out here. I mean, you're trying to win a championship, and it's hard. And I don't really like speeding up like that or feeling like I'm rushed, but I got to get better at that.
Can you take us through the timeline? When were you first notified by an official that you guys need to pick it up?
I want to say it was number 7. I mean, obviously it wasn't Bryson's fault. I mean, he hit it near the fence on. Well, they told us on 5, I think, that they were timing the group ahead of us. So I knew that was, you better be on your toes. And then he had the ruling on 6, and that took a while. And then we're kind of behind the 8 ball, and then we didn't play great golf coming in. I mean, we're putting for a lot of pars and scrambling a lot, so it's hard to catch up, and you just get behind, and then you have to start running. And I don't know, to me, I don't feel like I'm a slow player, but it makes me feel like I got to rush, and you just kind of have that in the back of your head, and that's something I've told my caddy I got to get better at.
When were you first getting timed? What hole?
I want to say it was 12. I mean, after we botched number 11. But, I mean, you kind of know it's coming. We're 2 holes behind, a hole and a half behind all day. And you know it's coming. And you just have to turn up the pace.
And it sounds like from your perspective, there's really nobody to blame for that. It's just a case of bad luck and
the
holes going awkwardly in the front 9.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not Bryson's fault on 6, but that takes a while. And while the group in front of us they're starting to play faster, and we're getting further behind, it's just tough. And obviously everybody has to play under the same rules and the same pace, and I get that. It's just it's something I got to get better at, and maybe start timing my routine and knowing exactly how long it takes me, so I don't feel like I have to get rushed.
It has to be particularly brutal when you combine having to rush versus the natural pressure of just being in contention at a time. I mean, that's a terrible combination, right?
Yeah, it is tough, and you got some very important shots coming down the stretch here. Some tough par 3s, some uncomfortable shots out here, and when you feel like you got to rush, you feel like you're not 100% ready for the shot, and I did that a couple times today, and that's really the only thing I regret.
Off the beaten path question here. I walked with you guys in the back 9. At times it felt like the fan treatment of Bryson was getting a little borderline abusive. I mean, I just want to maybe get your perspective as a playing partner.
Yeah, I mean, it's not real fair for them to call him Brooksy a lot. I mean, it kind of sucks, and obviously he hears it, and it affects him a little bit, and he doesn't like it, and I think that causes them to do it more. But it just sucks that that's out here right now, that they're trying to irk people like that, and it's just unfortunate.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Last couple. Yeah. Hi, Harris. Earlier in the week, I asked you about keeping the momentum from the first day, and you said you had done it before. Was there anything different mentally this week?
Not really. I mean, I felt like I played some great golf and gotten a great rhythm. It felt like I was at Kapalua. Felt like Travelers. I mean, I felt like I was in a good headspace and knew what I was doing and awaiting the challenge, and played good the front 9, and just kind of hit a road bump on 11, got the wind wrong, and it kind of went downhill from there.
And then a few years back as well, you won in Memphis. What did it mean to have such a good week here despite the end result? Yeah,
I love this course. I love this tournament. FedEx is obviously a huge sponsor, our biggest sponsor out here on the PGA Tour, so it's awesome to be back in the WGC here, and I mean, St Jude Hospital, 12 miles down the road. It's great playing for them as well. I mean, saw the 17-year-old girl on 18, and it just kind of makes you think about there's stuff bigger than golf. So love Memphis, love this tournament. I'm glad they have the first playoff event next year.
Yeah, Harris, I just have one for you. I was going to ask about what Rory said earlier in the week about, maybe a bogey or a birdie on 18 not feeling as weighty one way or the other at this tournament. And kind of following up on that, do you kind of agree with Rory's comments? Can you take solace in that, or is that how do you feel coming off that?
Yeah, I mean, we're still trying to compete out here, and you're still feeling it. Obviously, I wanted to make the putt on 18 to get in the playoff and have a chance to win the tournament. But, yeah, I mean, when you see the St. Jude kids off 18, it hits a little different and makes you realize your putt doesn't actually mean that much.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do you attribute 11 and 14 the wrong wind judgments? Were you rushing, poor swings, or was it D?
A little of both. It was probably all of the above. I mean, the wind's different right now than when we teed off on number one, and I don't know. It's just rushing a little bit and not giving it that extra 10-second thought on what we're actually doing because you don't really have that much time to spare. And it's just kind of going with my gut and going with it. And I felt like I hit a good shot on 11, came up short. I didn't hit a good shot on 14, and I knew where that was going. But it is what it is. I'll learn from it and hopefully be back in that situation again.
Can you plead your case? Like, can you try to explain, or is it even just a?
I mean, we deal with it every week. I mean, when you're behind, and it's not fair for us playing slower than other groups, and we know we got to get in position. And it was just some unfortunate timing of stuff happening, and hard for us to get back in position.
Thank you, brother.
Yep. Thanks, Josh.
Harris, thank you.